Okay, hey y'all, hey, welcome back to another session of Meditations with Marigny. And this is going to be a part two to what we talked about this morning. And if I could get you, I'm going to be talking about the outer adoration of a woman, like what you look like on the outside. But this time, is going to be for my younger sisters. I'm going to kind of pour into them just a little bit, give them a little bit of wisdom. And so I wanted to ask that you would, if you know a young lady that might could benefit from some wisdom, if you would click like, if you would share it with a friend, and if you would subscribe. And then mostly, I want you guys to get in the comments and give me some feedback. But this morning, I was led to talk about the outer adornment of a woman. And I came from First Peter 3rd chapter, verse 3 and 4, where it says, let your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. And I really wanted to come. Today has been a long day. My son had his baccalaureate service, and so I got up this morning. I had planned to take a walk, didn't get to do that, but I did a video to connect with you guys, and I think you should go back and watch that video, and then perhaps come back to this one. But I want to talk about. I was looking at some of these graduation pictures that are going forth, and I think that I looked at what some of the young ladies are wearing in the graduation pictures, and they look cute, and they are, first of all, let me commend anyone that is graduating from high school or college or, whatever it is that you are accomplishing. But I want to speak to the heart of my young sisters. And I want to speak to your heart because I know that social media is what most of these young ladies have grown up off of. So when I was coming up, there was no social media for us to have as a guide. It was just a little old lady in the church that would throw a blanket over you, or they would have you to put on a long skirt. And sometimes if you had on something too short, they had you to put on a choir robe. You just had to cover it up. And what I wanted to kind of talk about is what message are you sending? And I'm asking that question because my concern is that social media has pushed what is, I won't even say that it's a fashion statement, but it has pushed an element of how a young lady should dress to the point that it's no longer classy. It's no longer saying that I would like to be taken seriously by a young man if he comes to approach me. What many of the dresses that I seen this past week are saying, I mean, some of them were so short, y'all, that you almost could see. It was just barely enough not to see the prone of a young lady's behind, like where her butt and her thigh comes to connect. Some of the skirts were so short that it almost did not even cover that portion of her. And what my concern is, having been a former educator and having had the opportunity to pour into the lives of young ladies, I was very cautious of how I dressed in the school. And every now and then, I may put on something that might be just a little bit fitted. And even most recently, I wore a dress, and before I put that dress on, I tried it on 3 or 4 times, and I had to check to see whether or not I felt like I had on enough under coverage to even cover what I felt were the places that I felt showed too much in the dress. And even when I tried it on and I finally did wear it, I had to have on enough, and I want to be professional and I want to be clear in what I'm saying, but young ladies don't like to wear slips and they really don't like to wear Spanx. And so in that, a lot of times what you're showing is, yes, it might be cute on paper. There are some things that I buy, they look real good in the book, or they look real nice on that model that I saw online. But by the time that I put it on, it's not suitable for me to wear out. And I want to speak from the heart of a mother who has boys. So, ladies, I want you to hear me, not in a place where you come for me because I'm saying something that goes against what social media is teaching you, but I want you to hear me from a perspective of a mother who has young men in her house whom she has raised in preparation for you. A woman who has intentionally poured into her sons and taught them certain ethical processes and ethical standards and put foundation in place so that as they come in contact with young ladies, such as one that may be listening to this video, that they will know, one, how to treat her, how to talk to her, how to show that chivalry still does exist. I've been very intentional with that. And they understand that there is an intentionality that I put in place for them to have a suitable young lady to be able to speak with. But what I will say to you is that with some of the outfits that I have seen over the past week, the outfits did not match what possibly that young lady had in her head or her brain. And I'm saying that to say that it is different when you see a celebrity that is wearing certain clothes and they can wear them certain ways. There are certain people that I follow and I'm like, I don't really know if she should have put that on. But she's walking out there with her husband. She's doing that with her celebrity husband or with her high profile husband. She's not doing that as a single woman. And even if she is, that is a whole different class of people that are being vetted for one another. That is, they're selling that on that level because that is what sells their product. And so they may not even have that type of personality trait, but they might wear that dress because that is what's going to sell for them for that night. That's what's going to push that album forward. That's what's going to make sure that their channel gets pushed to the forefront. And so I'm saying that to you, ladies, to say that one of the things that I wrote down, and I wrote down a couple of just ideas. What message are you sending? Because when a man first meets you, he doesn't get to see your brains. He don't get to see how smart you are. He does not get to see that you have more depth to you than just what you're wearing. But if the only thing that he sees is your dress, I need for young women to understand that yes, he's going to be attracted to that, as we all should. There should be a natural attraction for the human race to be able to say, when I see something that look good, like sometimes when some eye candy walk past, something eye candy walk past today, and I said, wait, I'm not blind. I definitely can see. And so I'm saying that to you, that ladies, we have to do better with understanding that men want more than just your body. But if your body is the only thing that you give to him, then he'll take it. I did a video this past week and it was talking about men choose early. They choose what category that they're going to put you in quickly. People can say whatever they want to say. We put all these natural processes in place. Oh, it takes 6 months, a year, 2 years. You got to live with somebody before you get to know them. No, they don't. No, they don't. Why is it that we have situations where a man could be with a woman for 5 years and then he turn around and meet another woman and he marry her in 3 months? Because he already knew. He knew that he wasn't going to marry that one 5 years ago. But he would stay in that situation and he would continue in that relationship. He'll keep living with her, keep sleeping with her, keep eating her food. He'll do all the things that go along with it, but he'll never commit. And so I want my younger generation to know that you don't have to settle for things such as that. And my biggest concern is, just to tell you, the wind was blowing so bad that one of the young ladies, if the dress had blown up, like if the wind blew in the wrong direction, it was going to be dangerous. That's just how short the dress was. And so, even for me, like at my age, there are certain dresses that I will wear. I might wear something a little bit more fitted because I have a shape that I feel that I can wear that sometimes. But my mama used to say, let a man's mind wander. Let him have an idea, like let him wonder about what's underneath there. Don't give it all to him on the very first day. Like, does he have to see everything? And then I do want you to understand, young ladies, there are some things that you only want to experience that with your person. And your person can't be every person that comes through, even if they're a person that you feel is a good fit for you. So there should always be a natural attraction. There should always be a desire, because that is a part of the natural process of life. But that's just not something that we're doing. And I have to speak, and because I am speaking to you all, and because I am making this particular video specifically for my younger sisters, I am saying that from a place where I am now a woman who I am walking in abstinence. And I'm saying that to you because that's a very hard place to be in. But I would rather be in that place and have myself whole when my mate comes, that I am able to give to him what nobody else is able to say that they've had. And I know, because I've been married before and because I've had relationships before, I can't say that. But it takes a lot of strength to be able to say no when you really want to say yes. And it takes a lot of strength to not let every man have access to you. And so I just had to say that after seeing a couple of these dresses that I have seen, I want my younger generation to understand that it is okay, and a man will still respect you. He will still have a honor for you if you have a standard that you set for yourself. And when you set that standard, he will then either meet it. I call it the meet it or beat it. He's going to meet it or he's going to beat it. And it doesn't matter to me, whichever one that he does, I'm good with it. Because at the end of the day, I know what I am worth. People are always talking about the high value man and the high value woman. And yes, I have a friend that did a video about the man places the value. And I totally agree with his video. I totally agree with the concept that he has in place. But I also know that as a woman, I can establish what that value is going to look like. And if you guys think about it, like, everybody can drive a certain kind of car. I've never ridden in a Bentley. I don't have a clue what a Lamborghini looks like, other than my brother is a big car guy, and so we go to car shows from time to time. And so, like when we're at certain car shows, there are different types of cars that are there. So it might be the brand new car that's getting ready to come out, and they are only making a limited edition of those vehicles. And then sometimes you have classic cars. You got cars that they've been restructured and they've gone in and somebody has reconditioned that vehicle and put all the original parts back on it, or they might be done put new parts on it and it just has the original body to it. And a lot of times when we go to those events, they have ropes around those vehicles where you can't even get to them. You can see it, but you can't touch it. You can see it, but you can't get in it. You can see it, but you can't ride it. Sometimes we got to make sure that we raise our standard to the point that we got ropes around ourselves. Right now, it's a rope around me. So there are many people that's going to be able to see me. It's on display, but they're not going to be able to touch it. And I want my younger generation of women to get that level of understanding to herself. I want her to have that level of self-worth, because what it says, I've never been one to promote my body. Never. And I've been an athlete for most years. So I've been accustomed to wearing like tights and, you know, sometimes like the bodysuits and things of that sort. But it was never a promotion of that. That was a part of my attire for whatever it was that I was doing or what I was participating in. And I have another statement here. It says, how can you get past the what he sees only stage? You know, make sure that you want to move past, because you want him to see you in a light where he's attracted to you. That's important. That is important for the natural process of life to happen. But what you don't want to be is that be the only thing that he sees. Like after he sees your beauty, how does he get to your brains? Because he might not know that you have a degree until after he's had to have a conversation with you. He may not know that you are working on your master's because he hasn't had that conversation with you. He might not know that you have an interest in politics. He may not know that y'all have the same interest in real estate investing. He may not know that you have the same interest in how you run your household. He might not know. He may not know any of that when he first meets you. But how does he get to that step? Because if the advertisement for him is strictly about how you look, he will never get to how you feel. He will never get to how your brain works. He will never get to the fact that you might have the capabilities of helping him to build a business or a legacy. He might not never get to that because he has to see something beyond what you're wearing. And so I just really wanted to come on. I want you guys to understand that this is not a fussing, this is not a demeaning video, but this is a video to say, I want you to close quarters. Like, keep that close to you. Keep it close to your heart, and then when you see it that way, you'll handle it a little bit differently. So I'm going to end this video. I'm going to put my email in the description, and you guys are more than welcome to reach out to me. I would love for you to give me some comments and feedback on this. Click like, share it with a friend, and subscribe. And if you decide that you want to talk about it, shoot me an email or put a comment out there, and we'll chat about it, and we'll see if we can find a solution for what we need to do in order to make sure that we're presenting more than just our bodies, because we're more than that. All right, bye y'all.